Well, ladies, I think y'all blew it. If you thought it was bad before, it is a million times worse now. And the reason why it's a million times worse now, as it pertains to dating and relationships and marriage and settling down, is because even the guys that maybe once wanted to find love and find a woman, even they are kind of like checked out and done. Even they are not even showing up to singles events. I came across this video and I was floored once again. But then again, it was like, what else is new? Because every time I look around, it is more evidence of men being done, men being checked out, women messing up. And the reason why I'm going to go ahead and say it is us women that are messing up is because we are the ones out here vocalizing our shallowness. Yes, I said it. Oh, I don't want to date him because he's under 6 feet. Oh, I don't want to date him because I don't like his shoes. Oh, I don't want to be with him because I don't like his wardrobe. You name it. And before you know it, men from all over say, you know what? Let me not even bother, because these women are looking for picture perfect men, and I don't meet that requirement. I don't. See, ladies, unlike us, and y'all like the video, show the video and subscribe, okay? Some real talk. Unlike us, ladies, the men know how to be realistic. They know how to be honest with themselves, and they pay attention. They listen to what we're actually saying. They're seeing what we're actually doing. And when they take that mental note, they reach the conclusion of, why bother? I give up. Let me go overseas. Let me stay to myself. You name it. Because again, they're being realistic. They're listening to what we're saying. And if we're saying that we don't want a man that is under 6 foot tall, if we're saying that we don't want a man that is not making at least $1 million, if we're saying that we don't want a man if he's not, the most attractive man in the world, well, guess what? The men are going to stay at home. They're going to say, okay, well, I'm not what they're looking for. So again, why waste my time?
This is exactly it. There's a lot of men out there that are willing to try. But unfortunately, modern women don't really make the case for themselves that will help men, give them the benefit of the doubt. Like, why should I come out here? Why should I spend my money? Why should I go for you? You still, even though you're a woman and the man's going to chase, modern women don't seem to understand you still have to lure a man. And that's not to say that you have to do it in a way that's going to make him lust after you, but a way that's going to catch his attention. These modern women can't catch attention from a fly, from a mosquito. They just can't. They don't have any charisma of their own. And that doesn't mean coming up to a man and raising him up. It just means, how do I act feminine? How do I attract a man in a way that he sees me as not an object or as somebody? How do I present myself in a way that he's not thinking that I'm going to be somebody that he sleeps with? I'm not going to carry myself in a way that he just wants to hook up. Obviously, there's going to be men that want to do that, but I quickly discard those guys because I know what they're looking for, and I can hear by their conversation and just the way that they move, this is what they're looking for. A man, an actual man, is going to step back and he's going to see that. And he's going to say, okay, she's not playing any games. I'm going to try to go for this one and see what she's talking about and go from there. But because so many modern women are playing games and even going to these singles events, and then I heard a young lady, actually, maybe I covered it in one of my videos, talking about, I don't know why I came here. All of the men were so ugly. They were under 5'10", which 5'10" is the average height, stupid. They were all under 5'10", and don't be looking that great themselves. No realistic perspective of who they are, no self-awareness, and just get online trashing men and expecting men not to come across your videos and then disqualify you for the way that you talk to people and trash people.
It's us ladies that are delusional, right? We're the ones who think that, we're flawless and every man is going to want us no matter what. And so we don't care what the men are saying. We're still going to show up like, somebody come rescue me. Come take good care of me, even though I am not even remotely close to what you're looking for. We do that, not the men. Okay? They're going to be logical and rational. And so after a while of a bunch of women rejecting you, saying that you're not good enough, even when you are the ideal guy, it's like, okay, gotcha, sis. I am done. Again, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Let's take a look at a bunch of women complaining about men not showing up to the singles events. I wonder why. Let's get into it.
Once again, modern women get disappointed after attending a single event. The lack of male attendees is the main reason for their disappointment, and some got mad to the point of calling it a waste of time and money.
I signed up for a singles event on Valentine's Day, and here's how it went. I was so nervous, you guys. This was a singles tournament at this paddle club here in New York City. You would play with different partners every game. It was fun, but there was more girls than there were guys. It was definitely like The Bachelor a little bit. There was food and drinks and a DJ, so the vibe was good, but I wasn't really vibing with anyone. So please keep pushing me to put myself out there. Thanks, guys.
I'm not 6 feet. I don't have a six-pack. I don't make six figures. And guess what? I don't care. Less than attractive guys would be rejected, and the handsome guys don't want masculine women. Women don't want the guys who need singles events. The guys women do want don't need this event. That simple.
Wait a minute. Because these are very valid and accurate statements. Let's take it back a little bit. Right? And again, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Well, ladies, like I said earlier, a lot of y'all are complaining about, men not showing up, but they're not showing up based upon your standards, your ridiculous, unrealistic standards at that. What does it say? It says, well, I'm not 6 foot tall. I don't have a six-pack. I don't make six figures. And guess what? I don't care. I don't care enough to come to your event because a lot of y'all are delusional. A lot of y'all have unrealistic standards. And guess what else? I don't even meet your requirements anyway.
Honestly and truly, I can't even believe that there are women out here saying this stuff in public and expecting a man to be like, oh, I meet that requirement. They really think that there's that special that they can say, hey, if you're not 6 foot, don't talk to me. If you don't make this amount of money, don't talk to me. Looking average, looking mid. And I try not to be disrespectful, but being realistic, I'm not the best looking dude in the world at all. But based on how I look, I can keep myself. I can make sure that I'm hygienic. I can make sure that I dress well for what I look like. You don't even have to put on a suit or whatever and whatnot. Most women like that, but you don't have to. You can still have a style, and then somebody, if you present yourself well, will like it. But these modern women are so rude and they're so mean that even a man that would come approach them because of their beauty is like, that's not I don't know how I would be able to bring that around my social network, my circle, my parents, my family, my friends. Think of what holidays are going to be like. They're going to tear me to shreds as soon as we leave. Like, where did you get her from? I know my parents would literally and have literally done that to me to the point where like, oh, I know not. That's definitely a no. That's a no right that night, immediately. In the morning, I'd get on the phone with you and say, hey, it's not going to work. I appreciate you talking. I appreciate you coming, but this ain't going to work. Modern women need to learn to help men to feel comfortable in these spaces if they're asking men to do the same for them.
Valid point. That's why they're not showing up, ladies. You all are asking for unicorns. And what makes matters even worse, like they're saying, is that the women that men actually want to be with, they don't need a singles event. Newsflash, ladies. More than likely, if a woman is at a singles event, especially if she's of a particular age, it's because, and I don't mean to sound harsh, I don't mean to be mean or anything of that sort, but you are the leftover women. Yeah, I said it. You're the leftovers. You're the rejects. If you were not the rejects and you were the ideal women, then you would more than likely have a lot of available options presented to you to where you wouldn't need such a thing like this. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest, and I don't, again, mean to be rude or anything of that sort. But in my honest opinion, if you are a woman and you need a singles event, it screams desperation. It screams successful men don't want me, or men in general don't want me. And so this is my last resort. Okay. On top of that, what else did they say? It says, you know, a lot of the attractive guys, they're also not going to be at these type of events. Why? Because a lot of them, they already have a lot of, you know, ideal women, so to speak, checking for them anyway. So they don't need anything like this. You know what I'm saying? The men who got it like that, they're not at these events because first things first, they already have the women out there to choose from. And on top of that, they wouldn't want your type anyway. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being honest. A lot of these women are the last resort reject misfits. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean. But yeah, so why would the top tier of men that a lot of you women are looking for, why would they be at such an event when more than likely they already have other women that they are able to entertain that are way better options than y'all? And on top of that, you're not even going to be top tier. You're not even the top tier women, you know? And I'm not trying to be mean. And I know there's always exceptions to the rule as well, right? And y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I'm just being honest. There are always exceptions. Sure, there could be beautiful men, beautiful women that come to these events that are singles events and, you know, prosper, okay? There's always going to be exceptions. But for the bulk, let's be honest, it's giving rejects, you know? And so, yeah, why even do all of that? Okay? Why even do all of that? Now, in defense of the men, and I know this is why y'all women hate me so much. It's like, oh, you're always making excuses for them. But I just got to be honest, ladies. I'm sorry. The excuse, quote unquote, that I'm going to give to the men as far as maybe going to a singles event is the fact that maybe they're not able to run into quality women. And so they feel like maybe they can dwindle down the options better at a singles event to find.
Well, they've literally told men not to approach in public. No gyms, no churches, no grocery stores, no gas stations, like literally nowhere. Don't come up and talk to me. No, like nowhere. So where else would you approach? And I feel like I've seen a video, actually I have, where the woman was like, why would y'all not come to these singles events? Like y'all try to approach us everywhere else, but where we actually want you to approach us, and that's at a singles event. So yeah, it could possibly be that some of these men are coming to these singles events because that's where the women told them to meet them at. Meet me here at a singles event. This is where we want to be approached. But unfortunately, when you go to a singles event as a man, you already know. Well, at least I did, and I would have. I think I might have been to make maybe one or two of them. And it wasn't really a mixer. It was like a hangout. Let's get all the singles out of the house in order for us to, just get out and do something. I didn't think that I would find anybody there. I was 0% chance, -% chance that I was going to find anybody there. And I didn't. Wasn't even any options or anybody that I would have even ever talked to. It was just something to do on, I think, a Friday. I think it was a Saturday night. Go out to TGI Fridays. They closed down now. Get something to eat. And then I think we went to a dessert spot after that. We just sat around and talked, hung out, all went home. All right, y'all take care. And that was about it. But if a man's going to that, you could make the argument that he's a low quality man, or he's scoping out females to take home that night for the vulnerable ones. You could make that argument. Yeah, in all honesty. But I would say, in my experience, I would go there just because that's where they say to meet him at. Even though I don't think there's a great chance that you're really going to meet anybody there. I mean, if you ain't really doing nothing and you got money to spend and you just really understand that you're about to waste your time and you won't get mad at that, then go. Like, if you want to get roasted, like, and you don't care about that, then go. I mean, there's always a possibility, but I'm just saying how great is the possibility that you're going to find somebody that's not like some of these entitled modern women that be talking down to you. I've seen some videos on TikTok where there was a pretty good ratio of men to women, and it seemed like everybody was having fun. As far as men actually finding women there to actually talk to, I don't know, but I'm sure there are some singles events somewhere that are successful and have a good ratio of men to women, probably out there. But these are some of the reasons why a man would not want to go. And if he is there, then maybe he's trying to listen to you and honor your wishes. So maybe you should reward him, not necessarily by having to give him a pity date or a sympathy date, but more so not ruining it for yourselves and ruining the experience for him by talking about him in any dude, even though you don't mention them by name, talking about them on the internet. Because they can look on the internet when you go viral for these things, because modern women can't keep their mouth shut. So essentially, they're going to be in the comment section, liking and commenting, and your video is going to blow up and go viral. And you're going to get a bunch of bitter women that follow you. And that's going to be how you start your influencer journey, quote unquote. But a man might come across that. And he was like, man, I was there. Man, that just lets me know I don't need to be going there, because if she's thinking that, if she's talking like that, how are the other women feeling? And you just ruined it. Once again, that's another avenue that you just closed for yourself, another bridge burned. And now you have to get your silly behind back on the dating apps and then lament about how you don't like being there. And it would be all your fault.
Maybe a worthy, valuable woman who is ready to settle down, maybe, but more than likely, like this video is detailing, they're not even going to show up either. You know what I'm saying? They're not even going to show up to these events either, because of how ridiculous we have been as women with the standards. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all the way around, just this thing of why even bother? Ladies, y'all keep messing up really, really bad, to the point to where the men who probably did want to show up to an event like this, they end up not showing up because of the way that you all, think. The way that you all harshly judge men and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So all the way around, it's just a lose-lose for y'all, honestly. But let's continue. And again, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
You need singles events. The guys women don't need this event. That simple. I have 6-pack and make 6 figures. Just not 6 foot tall, so women will date me and let me take care of everything while letting me know they are settling. I'm out.
Wait a minute. Now, something else that these guys could be running into is the fact that they know that maybe they are your last resort type of option. And nobody wants to feel like I am, this last resort type of deal. Like, oh, I nobody else wants me and I can't do any better. So let me just go ahead and settle here. And can I also say this? A lot of these guys that may show up to these events, right? And I know y'all hate me for making this quote unquote excuse for the men, but a lot of these guys, they are the guys that were really in the bag or in the mode of wanting to have a family, wanting to settle down and everything of that sort. But with so many women out here being on the hot girl summer type of energy and all of these women out here playing games and things of that sort, it can be extremely difficult for them to find, the women that are maybe marriage minded or family oriented and, more traditional in that sense. And so since that is what a lot of these guys are being met with, I could understand how they could say, you know what, I'm a man of means, right? I have my career together, my business together, I have everything that I need, but I don't have, my family yet. And so since it's so many women out here, the bulk of women out here are just trash, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just being honest. Since the bulk of women out here are trash, are not really serious about really settling down, how about as my last ditch effort, right, to find a wife that I can provide for, that I can build a family with? How about I take a chance to go to one of these singles events, right, and try to find her that way? Because the bulk of women out here is just way too many to weed through. It's way too many to weed through, and the majority of them, again, not hitting on the qualities that you would want a wife or a mother of your child to hit on. So I'll go to the singles event because I got my life together. All I'm missing now is my wife and my family. And so let me go here. But when they do get to those singles events, right, they're coming to realize that a lot of those women, they're not the quality women either. These are the superficial, surface level, I need help, I'm down on my luck, I'm struggling, and nobody else wants me type of women. And so it's like, what in the world did I really sign up for? I thought that I would maybe at least have a better chance of finding a wife or, somebody to settle down with at this event. But it's the same thing that I'm running into on the streets. Y'all don't value these men. Y'all don't even want these men. Again, a lot of y'all are just desperate for love, desperate for help at this point. And this is your last resort. And so these men, when they go to these events, that dawns on them. Like, these women, they're not really genuine like that. A lot of them, they just want, somebody that can take care of them. They just want somebody that, can save them. A lot of them are extremely superficial, extremely selfish, entitled. And so what a lot of these men who are the marriage-minded guys, right, who were at least the marriage-minded guys, the guys who were looking for relationships, y'all turned them off even because when they were going to these events, they came to realize you didn't value them. You didn't want them. They were nothing to you. And y'all made it a point to let them know in so many words and in so many actions that, yeah, I'm just settling for you because I need help. And I see that you got the help for me. You have your career together. You're cute enough. I'm sure I could do better than you. I mean, you're not tall enough and everything, but I mean, you'll do. And nobody wants to feel like that. And that's how y'all have consistently made these men feel, to the point to where now they're not even showing up. Because again, what's the point? What's the point of going out of your way to go and find these women who ultimately did not even want to find you in the first place? You were just their last option. Let's continue.
Remember the days that men used to pay for these single events that were free to women. We no longer go to these single events because we had to pay for them and then no women would show up. Now they know how we felt years ago. At least she was lucky this event happened because others were canceled due to the lack of men's interest. But when it comes to this video, I want to concentrate on this part.
It was fun, but there was more girls than there were guys. It was definitely like The Bachelor a little bit.
Our lack of interest in this type of event is just a result of constant unsuccess when it comes to what we want out of these gatherings, and this is something that won't change anytime soon. And for those who want to understand men's reason for not attending a single event, have a look at the next clip.
Tell you about my experience speed dating in New York City. And we're like, this selection? Literally every single guy was 5'6" or under, and there was not one cute guy.
That was the feedback of the event she attended, and this is what most guys face when they participate in this gathering. What men would be motivated or interested in a single event after comments like this? Most modern women are looking for Chad only, regardless of the setting. And they are looking for those guys on a dating app, single event, and in any other possible setting you can think of. Therefore, if you are the average Mike who works at Amazon, going to a single event will not make any difference because the likelihood of being rejected is the same as anywhere else. What is the point of paying to be rejected? We are well aware that most of us are not Chad, and we are clever enough not to pay to be rejected. But there is a vital piece of information most modern women are missing. They aren't aware that Chad doesn't need to attend a single event to find women. They already have a large pool to pick from. And with that being said, they have no reason to attend it.
Again, valid points being made. Ladies, y'all blew it. You know, and then did y'all hear the young lady talking about, oh, yeah, you know, went to a singles event and all of the guys were short. You know, they were 5'6" and under, and this, that, and the third. It was a waste of my time. Well, ladies, welcome to the party. Welcome to the club. The men felt like it was a waste of their time and their money because a lot of these singles events they had to pay for while it was free for you. So a lot of the guys were like, well, why pay just to get rejected? I can do that for free on my own time. And y'all know what's really crazy? And again, y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. It's some real talk from your little big sis. Help us out. Spread the word. What's really crazy about the whole height situation as it pertains to women is the fact that a lot of y'all are short too. So I really don't understand how you have women who are 5 foot even, 5'3", 5'5", you know, 5'0" and under. 3'7". How are y'all complaining about men being short when, ma'am, they're still taller than you? And you all, I guess I kind of take it a little bit more personally when it comes to the whole short shaming of men, because I'm 5'7" and my husband is 5'6", right? And if I were to follow that same logic of, oh, I can't deal with him because he's too short, I wouldn't have the beautiful, amazing, lovely husband that I have today. I wouldn't have the beautiful, amazing, lovely life that I have today because I would have blocked my own blessing. And a lot of y'all are doing the exact same thing. Y'all are missing out on your husband because he's a short king. Y'all are missing out on great fathers to your children because he doesn't meet some superficial, unrealistic height requirement. Like, how many men are out here just running around 6 foot and above? Not a lot. So y'all got to snap up out of that. A lot of the superficial, surface level dwelling and thinking that we do as far as qualifying men, it has got to stop. It really is hindering us from progression, elevation, love, happiness, stability, security, peace. Because let me tell y'all right now, a man's height, a man's shoe size, a man's style of dress is not going to be the thing that is able to provide for you, protect you, lead you, and teach you, as well as your children. It's about the man's internal makeup. What is his thought processes? What is his personality? What does he prioritize? All of those different things. How is his ability to lead? Is he a wise man? Is he an intelligent man? Those are the things that matter. And so I do not blame a lot of these men for saying, I'm done, waste of time. What's the point of showing up if all they're going to do is reject you and you could be the ideal man? But because I don't look like this, or I don't have this height, or I don't have this hair color, eye color, shoe color, car, it doesn't matter. So you know what? I'll stay at home. Good luck finding your superficial, very unrealistic, Prince Charming, invisible man. Because guess what, ladies? A lot of the times the man that y'all are trying to find, he doesn't exist. And if he did exist, here's the real catcher. And I don't mean to be mean, right? But the huge catch and the huge kick to it all is, if he did exist, he wouldn't want you. So wake up. But anyway, y'all let me know y'all thoughts, opinions, feedback down below as far as how you all feel about a lot of men being done with singles events or dating and relationships altogether. And again, I know it's a lot of men out here who are actively, searching, and they do want to find their wife and they do want to find love. But due to a lot of these chicks being very, selfish, superficial, surface level and all that, it's like, what is the point? I would love to know you all's thoughts and feelings about that. Are you open to going to a singles event? Fellas, y'all let me know, okay? But yeah, ladies, I can't stress it enough how much y'all have really blown it, okay? You can't be mad at anybody but yourselves for being this silly, okay? There's no other way to put it. Y'all are being absolutely silly about your qualifiers for good quality men, okay? Get out of, the kindergarten standard book. Oh, he has to be cute and he has to be this tall and get out of that. All right. Now I understand we all have our preferences, but let's be realistic. All right. Much love and peace, all of my crown heads. I'll see y'all in the next dope discussion, and I look forward to seeing and hearing what you all have to say about this.
Once again, fantastic video. Pretty much sums up how men feel in a lot of different ways. And they keep on saying, stop talking stupid on the internet, even if that's the way you feel, because there are men that feel the same way about women when they go out on blind dates and stuff. But keep that type of rhetoric off of the internet. This is real life. You're trying to find a partner in real life. Get your stupid behind off of social media. I can see if you come on here for business, or you just sharing maybe a day, hey man, we went here and this is what we got, or so I think it's risky, but that's more acceptable than, man, we went to this place and there weren't any men out there, man. They were all under 5'6". So it lets people know that you're not willing to date anybody of a certain height. I can see if you're saying somebody's super short, but you guys are literally targeting the average man, the height of an average man, and saying that's too short, and be 5'1". Well, I'm in heels and you're still 5'4". So 5'9" is plenty. If you got a guy that was 5'6", even a guy that was 5'5", he's still taller than you in heels. And even if you got super tall heels, it doesn't matter, because once you step out of those heels, he's taller than you again. Stop acting stupid. Stop putting stupid stuff out on the internet for people to uncover you and find out just how silly you are. Once again, as I end the video, there's a proverb that says, and I might not be quoting it exactly right, if you shut your mouth, people would think you are wise. But if you are opening your mouth and just continuing to talk, they will think that you are a fool. And unfortunately for a lot of these modern women, a lot of men think that you are a fool. And I know that sounds harsh to say, but maybe at some point in time, it will help you to shut up. Godspeed.